Oh boy, that is madness. Started making my own quesadillas. I got the idea from Becky from Acre Homestead, who has a recipe called breakfast quesadillas. The recipe calls for slices of bacon, but you could also use pork mince
and cheese.
and cheese. Because I'm not eating pork mince at the moment, I've got some of my lean beef mince that I've been using. The first lot I made, I used just store-bought gluten-free tortillas, and then I found a place online where I can buy corn tortillas that don't have any preservatives or anything in them. So I made some for everyone else a few days ago with pork mince, and everyone liked them, so I'm going to have to make some more at some point. We've still got some in the freezer, but I got out some of my beef mince so I can make some for me. And I guess the basic gist of it is, in the recipe it says you use one tortilla and then put the filling in and then put another tortilla on top and heat them up in a pan or a griddle. I've found it works better if I just use one tortilla, put the contents on half of it and then fold it over and just sort of hold it down for a little bit while it heats up on the pan, before leaving it and then flipping it over to the other side. I can actually put real cheese in this time. They have grated cheese. The first ones I made, I bought some dairy-free cheese, vegan cheese, whatever you call it. It was one that didn't have too much bad stuff in it. It was coconut based, and that was okay. But now that we're working our way through dairy, I'm going to put some cheese on these ones, and that should work a little bit better. Also, we have a new griddle, which is our combined Christmas present that came early because it was on sale. So I've just rinsed it off and then dried it out on low on the burners and then put some lard on it it's pre-seasoned, but just to help it get a good surface to start its life here. So now I'm going to prepare the fillings for the quesadillas. It's melting.
That's the point.
I need to germinate my cucurbit seeds. That's my cucumbers and pumpkins or squashes. And as always, I'm doing them in my moist paper towel and hot water cupboard method. So that'll help them to get going, and I'll be able to see which ones germinate and start growing roots and then pot them up.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yep.
Why did you get it wet?
Because it's going to help them to grow. I'm germinating them. If they have enough wetness, then they'll start growing roots. And then when they grow roots, I can plant them in a little pot to keep growing before they're big enough to go in the garden.
Right.
Not right now, Skylar. I'm writing the cucumber names, varieties, so that I know what they are.
Oh, yeah.
Right, another one.
Yes.
These cucumber seeds are a bit old, and I think the fruit they were saved from was a little bit too mature or something. They don't look the greatest, so I'm just going to sow all of these. I'm just going to set all of these to germinate, since I'm not sure how well they're going to do. I've done my cucumber and squash seeds. They're all in the hot water cupboard now. And I have a packet of loofah seeds which really need to be used. I'm going to start 6 of these black loofah seeds. They can be hard to germinate. I haven't done very well with them so far, so I'm going to try a couple of things to help them germinate. I find the bottom of the seed. The first is I'm going to scarify them, or just take a little nick out of the side of the seed with toenail clippers. You can do it with a knife or whatever else. Not on the bottom, because that's where the root's going to come out, and not at the top, because you don't want to get the leaf. There we go. I need a little hole on the side. So I'm going to do that to each one, and then I'm going to soak them in a jar of warm water overnight. It's afternoon at the moment, so that should give them a good while to soak and soften, and let the water in through this little hole to help get them moist and ready to bust out of their hard seed coat. The cucumber seeds are all done, so that's good. Do you remember when I said I was trying not to fill up the whole table with seedlings? There is currently no room in the inn. I've been busy. So we've got tomatoes that could probably go in now. The coldest night we've got on the forecast at the moment is 7 or 8 degrees. These ones, the ones that we bought, in a 6-cell pack, I've potted them up into 9-centimetre pots. All the lettuces are doing well, and I've brought them out of the cold frames so they can toughen up a little bit before I plant them in the garden. I'm still going on the greens here, but I don't think there's a lot of life left in those. I need to use those up anyway so I can get the tray off the table. I've been using these baby leaf or microgreens ones as well. One of the homeschool groups we're part of is doing a market day where we can sell all manner of things, so I thought I might as well try and sell some plants. So a few of these sweet lissums, and then I sowed a whole bunch of beans. I sowed extra beans, hoping that they'll be up in time. Most of what's in the cold frame at the moment are beans. We've got the purple basil over here that survived, although some of those got nibbled by slugs too. But I actually saw them in the act. I would have thought that my green basil seeds were just not germinating, but I saw a couple that had popped up one day and then the next morning they were gone. So it's not just some issues with seeds going on in here, there's been a lot of issues with slugs. I've also potted up some blackcurrant and elderberry rooted cuttings that I had going, so those are there, and a few bigger elderberries too. As for the slugs and snails in the garden, that's still a battle going on. Things are doing a lot better than they were. I've had a few nights of going out there and killing things, and I've still got the bear traps out there which are really helping with the slugs. I don't know how many snails could actually get in there, because most of our snails are quite big, but they're easy to squish when they come out at least. The plants that I've planted out there since all of that are still alive, I think. Some of them have been nibbled a little bit, but none of them have completely disappeared. Steve's making me some slug traps out of containers. I was talking about needing to buy more, and he looked up how to make some, so that's good. I need a few more out there before I feel safe about planting plants elsewhere, further away from the traps. So I've got a coriander here, it's still alive. This one been nibbled a bit. Some of the pea plants, the latest ones, have been nibbled too, but we still have ones that are alive, so that's good. Let's have a look. It's starting to get a bit stinky. Ooh. Probably need to get rid of this grossness, but there are definitely a fair few slugs in there. And some flies as a bonus. Even more in this one, which is right beside the sorrel where they like to hide. And the bonus of at least 3 wasps. And a couple of flies. Behold, pansy flowers that are actually surviving. Yay! It feels good to be making progress on the slug and snail. It feels good to be making progress on the slug and snail situation, and to be able to plant a few more plants now that Steve's made me a couple more slug and snail traps, so things are looking up for the garden. Cucumbers have germinated. Chuck's winter, not yet. Oh, actually, that one has a little root. And that one, yeah, they're just starting to come out. Butternut. Those have started too. Good. Those ones are quite old, but that's good to know that some of them are still germinating. So those can go back in the hot water cupboard. Cucumbers need to be potted up, and I'm getting to the ones that are furthest along. This is cucumber muncher. Those have started. They are doing well, and this is the madness. The gherkins always germinate fast. Oh my goodness. Okay, I could have got these out yesterday. Crikey. Oh boy, that is madness. Okay, so I need to go do these like now. I always forget how fast these gherkins germinate. I'm not sure if it's the variety or if it's just to do with my saved seeds. I mean, it has to be at least something to do with the variety. They're just getting to grow. But these are seeds that I saved as well, so that always helps. It's like 6:30 in the evening right now. I have to get Scarlett to bed soon, but I cannot leave these until the morning because with that many more hours overnight they will just be insane and potentially unusable by the morning. Where on earth am I going to fit these? This is kind of ideal stage where the roots, it's more than 1 centimetre long, but the stem and the leaves haven't quite started pushing out yet. These tender greens are doing better than I expected. They looked a bit old and crusty, but yes, these cucumbers do not take long to germinate. And there are so many of these. Well, I did them all because I thought they were just looking old and a bit yucky. I didn't know how many of them would germinate. And most of them have germinated in 2 days. I don't know where I'm going to fit these. Thanks for joining us in today's vlog, guys. Choose to grow hope, and we'll see you next time. Bye.